Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. My name is Mystic Powers, and I am here to bring you yet another one. So let's get right on into it. So this mornings, we are going to be just doing a quick shadow work reading, okay? So this has nothing to do with tarot. This has everything to do with shadow work and healing. So let's get right on into it. We have angel number 4545. You could be seeing 454 or 545, or you could be seeing 4545 or just 45 11 11 111 on my timer. You could be 45. Your angels are urging you to make important changes. Consider the options before you. Crossroads. Okay, some of us are at a crossroads. Some of us need to make a very important decision concerning whatever it is we are having to face. Now, a lot of us already know what that decision is, and we are able to speak it proudly. A lot of you still don't know, and also because of the blue here, it could be that your throat chakra is blocked in some way, preventing you from being able to say that decision. So you might want to do some throat chakra meditations. They got them on YouTube. You can find them anywhere. You would want to get you some blue calcite, because that helps with opening of the throat chakra. Spiritual awakening. Sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment, intuition, and spirituality. Okay, so when you start your journey off, the main things you're going to want to do is A, practice sexual retention. You're going to want to stop having sexual encounters with people. 2, when you do that, you're going to want to need to learn how to sit by yourself. Okay? Which means you're going to have to isolate yourself away from everybody else. When you learn how to isolate yourself, you learn how to properly meditate. When you learn how to properly meditate and access your spiritual gifts without having to use drugs in order to do so, that's when you can really start going in and doing the healing work. You cannot do healing work when you are around people, because first and foremost, people will not understand that you are doing healing work. And a lot of us are dealing with a situation where people knew we was doing that healing work and didn't want us to. Everybody has the free will to pick and choose what it is they want to do with their own lives and destiny. But once you are able to sit with yourself and go into your shadows, that's when you be awakening your intuition. Your intuition is what tells you not to do something. But we have been so used to pushing our intuition aside that we now have to reconnect with it. Mindset, angel number 111. And we started off, right? Your thoughts need refocusing. This is a reminder that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay, we all, period, you, me, him, her, are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Each and every one of us signed a contract with the Most High Divine before we came down here. Each and every one of us have our own specific psychic abilities. Whether you know it or not, you have an ability. And if you don't have an ability, it's because you sold it for, or you lost it. But in any case, a lot of us, when we start off our spiritual work, will find out that you have to change your mindset about a lot of things, okay? When I stepped in my spirituality, I knew I had to change my mindset because I had to start speaking into myself positivity, because nobody else around me would. I would sit up there and try my hardest to please these people who I'm dealing with. So much to the point to where I'm neglecting myself. I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm tired. And these people knew what they were doing, but I didn't know what they were doing. Now I do. But it's all about changing that mindset. You know, when people sit up there and speak over your life, you're gonna have to train your mind into thinking, I don't care what these people say, what I'm not gonna do. I know what I am going to do. Resolution, angel number 1919. Your angels are preparing you for certain cycles to end. Trust that divine's plans is for your highest good. All right, so that is sacral chakra, solar plexus, throat chakra, and crown chakra. So there are indeed resolutions coming to those who are and have been on their spiritual journey for a while. I don't care what nobody say. The moment your friends and your family that is toxic for you see that you are changing, will be the moment they rusty, dusty, crusty asses will throw something at you in order to keep you from achieving what it is you want to achieve. That's why your resolution is here. The Most High Divine has seen everything that you have endured, especially when it comes to your shadow work. When I started my shadow work, I did it in such a destructive way using Lord Shiva energy, which is the Hindu god of death and destruction. But he also rebuilds and allows for new creation. So when I healed the way I healed, which very few people would do, it was just my circumstance and I didn't have any other choice. It was able to propel me forward faster than normal. See, as we ascend into our higher frequencies, up to the point to where we were in Lemuria, when we could interact with matter by just thinking, and we could live longer by simply just breathing in the mana through our the top of our heads, when we knew how to travel a little bit faster than what we do, when we knew how to use these bodies that we have before humanity had to fall and become Neanderthals and became masculine dominated human beings, but we were feminine dominated human beings when Lemuria fell. And yeah, planetary evolution was changed when aliens intruded. But that's something else. That's for another day. Embracing the void. Your true potential is waiting to be discovered. Emptiness, creative power. So, when you do get to a point to where you are able to sit with yourself, you will be able to unpack that which is, it's not hidden, but it's been forgotten about in a way. And I say forgotten about in a way because a lot of us are breaking curses off of our bloodline due to our last names. Yeah, I know it may sound a little bit messed up, okay? Because yesterday when I heard this from a reader, I was like, what in the world is this, God? Hold on just 1 second. All right, y'all. So, dang, I forgot what I was getting ready to say, y'all. Okay, so a lot of us who are transmuters and know that what transmuting the energy is and how to do it well. Those who know how to transmute the energy and then convert that energy into positive energy to go towards manifestations that is potential energy. This is a way of being able to learn how to do that quicker when you embrace the void. That was what I was talking about the last time I did shadow work. When you go inward, I know what I was talking about. Okay, a lot of us, I will come back to that point I was getting ready to make. But anyhow, I'm going to make this point quick. A lot of us are breaking generational curses off of our family lineages that have been passed down for hundreds of years, okay? A lot of us are breaking generational curses that have been brought on to us by the last names that we have, that was forced upon us. We have generational curses by our ancestors creating more curses without fixing the old curses. And divinely guided, you was sent here specifically to get those curses broken, okay? Don't care what nobody say about anything. If these people out here be like, oh, they doing black magic. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, why are you stuck, baby? Why are you stuck? I don't have to do no bippity boppity boo. I don't do no bippity boppity boo at any kind. Yes, you'll hear me talk about it, but I don't do it. You want to know why? Shoo. You gotta, it's a whole bunch of herbs you gotta buy into magic work, all types of stuff, hop on one foot, um, with the chicken head and all that type of stuff. Nobody had no time for that. The Most High Divine said, if you have faith in me, the size of a mustard seed, right? So I know that my faith is strong to the strong, strong, strong. Can't nobody tell me shit. Like, no. Because I know how to go within myself, right? I know how to go within where God always resides. I mean, I don't know what these people in hymns where God always resides. And I go, hey, God, can you answer this question for me? And God answers me quickly. And God answers a lot of people quickly. Some of y'all ain't asking the right questions, and some of y'all are asking for things you really don't need. It ain't gonna make you happy. But when you do shadow work and you accept what's in your shadow side, because we all have light side and shadow side. It's duality. Right and wrong, good and bad, happy and sad, male and female, parent-child, stuff like that. When you learn how to balance your light side with your dark side, that's when you can accept yourself 100%. I'm going to say this again. One part of me in my shadow side is I'm a procrastinator. I do not lie about that. If I can stall for making a decision, oh, bet you I will. If I can stall about making a decision about money, I bet you I will. I have learned to do that really good now. When I never would used to do that. Like I just sat up here yesterday. I went to Barnes and Nobles and I picked out 4 different Oracle decks. And I'm like, dang, for the price of one deck that I get off of Etsy, I can get 4 from Barnes and Nobles. And I'm in serious need of new Oracle decks. I got all types of tarot. Where my Oracle decks at? So I'm going to make sure I'm going to get me. Oh, it's a couple of Oracle decks that I've been looking for years. And they had it at Barnes and Nobles all this time. I would have been had these Oracle decks. But the Most High Divine said, all good things come to those who wait. So let's move on. Shedding illusions. The first step is awareness. The second is acceptance. That's what I was talking about. Reality, honesty, and self-love. You have to accept the bad things about you. Yeah, shit, I procrastinate, but when I need to have it done, I'm going to have it done, and it's going to be a pretty good damn job. I'm not going to be rushed with anything what I do, especially if I'm doing an astrology chart. There is a lot of breaking down. And until I can get the computer that I am looking for and the software that I'm looking for the astrology, because I'm not going to be drawing no damn natal chart all the time? Shit. Do you know how hard it is to make a perfect pie chart with 12 slices? Big enough for everything you need to put in there? So when I do decide to do a chart for somebody, I got, I haven't done a chart for someone in a minute because of that fact. I'm not about to be sitting up here drawing all that stuff out for I did my chart, I did my daughter's chart, I did my son's chart, and I did my cousin's daughter's chart. So I know what's all in our charts. Especially when it comes down to what your destiny number is in numerology. Now, numerology, I still do that for people a lot because that's a whole lot easier and that's something that they should know. But as doing a natal chart, boy, ma'am, they got free websites on the internet for you to look at that. But as you go inward and you heal, you'll be able to see what was an illusion. What illusion was put over not just you, but your bloodline. You will be able to see through the illusion of who the divine really is. Because see, what's going on is these people who are Bible thumpers here. And I'm not going to say everybody who is, in a Christian faith, whatever, dominion you practice. What most of them don't understand is there are some false things within canon called King James Version. It was written by man's hands, okay? I try to tell people, please stop when you do pray to Yeshua. Please stop praying to that white man in that picture because that's a dude named Caesar Borgia. He was gay and he died of syphilis. Why would you want to pray to somebody who's gay and died of syphilis? I don't know why. When you go to the Most High Divine, you go to the Most High Divine with your heart. Your heart don't see no color. Your heart don't see no race. Your heart don't see nothing. Nothing. Nobody can tell you what the Most High Divine looks like because the Most High Divine is not of flesh and bone. The Most High Divine is of energy. And when you know how to interpretate and read energy, hello, what do you think is going to happen? It doesn't matter if you do it through Yeshua. It doesn't matter if you do it through Isis. It doesn't matter if you do it through Kalima. It doesn't matter if you do it through Bridget. It doesn't matter if you do it through any hams. It just doesn't matter. Because no matter what face, color, creed, or whatever, it is one source, one energy, one entity with different qualities and aspects. Just like we humans don't just have one zodiac sign. We travel through the zodiac wheel. We be skipping and hopping through these zodiac signs. That's why as above and below with the planets, because the planets be projecting their energies down here and be affecting us. That's why we do things and we say, wow, why did I do that? Well, maybe it was because you were mimicking a planet up there that was projecting down here. That's why it is a good thing to know where your planetary placements is and whether that planet is working against you or with you. What's wrong with knowing yourself? I'm not saying you have to be like people who interpretate messages. No. I'm saying, how the hell can you know God if you don't know yourself? That's what I'm saying. Shadow work, people. Unmasked truth. The eyes see only what the mind is prepared to know. Self-examining, revealing. Now, with this card is very interesting, okay? Here, because I'm going to tell you this. God will never reveal to you something you ain't ready to reveal, and he knows you're on your healing journey. He will not put on you more, or she. The divine will not put more on you than what you can handle when you are in the school of light work. So as you heal and as you unpack traumas and understand why those traumas are there, then God will be like, well, hey, now that you're asking me why it's there, I'm going to have to reveal this truth to you. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to be hurtful. Yes, it's going to make you self-examine yourself. It's going to make you question. And that's what it's supposed to do. Question everything. I'd be like, God, wait a minute. Hold on. God, am I right? Yeah, question everything. That's why when I questioned my so-called grandmother about did my granddad leave me something, she cut my ass off when I said, did my girl? And she was like, no, he didn't leave you shit. Damn, I couldn't even get the fucking question out of my mouth. Come to find out she was lying. Any hymns? Resentment. It often festers, causing a desire for revenge. Let go of the past to find peace, forgiveness, release, and serenity. Yes, that is very much true. A big part of healing is coming to the terms that, hey, this happened. When you come to the terms in every facet of reality, which is taking full accountability. When I came to the Most High Divine, I had to say, yep, Most High Divine, Creator, God, Source. It's my fault because I made that choice. I made that choice to be out there on the streets and on drugs and not doing what was good for me and not caring about not just myself, but other people and all that stuff. Yeah, I did that. I took accountability for my actions. It wasn't like, well, God, they did, and this is why I did. No, it was just simply, I did. My decision led to this being happened. Okay. Good, because God don't want to hear what everybody else did in your situation. God wants to hear what you did, what decisions you made that put you in the position that you are in. So when you did that, when I did that, things started to break loose now. Now I got to go in and accept the fact that my situation is the way it is. The people who are involved did it. That's it. They had their free will to do what they did. That's it. That's what people don't get. People don't get that people have the free will to do shitty fucking things to you. But the Most High Divine said revenge is not for you. It is for me. So when I took accountability and placed it in God's hands and actually really focused on just loving me because nobody was giving me any type of love, that's when God said, okay, all right, we moving somewhere. You moving up quickly. Whoa, you moving up quickly. Forgiveness is a big part of healing. Shit, both my mom and my dad are dead, and I was hurting from that. I had to heal with my mom and my dad while they're in the spiritual. And even now with the situation that I'm dealing with, these people know damn well I forgive their ass. But just because I forgive you don't mean you get to be around me and back in my life. And just because I forgive you does not mean you will not have to pay for your karma. I am forgiving you because you will no longer use my energy to manifest what it is you want. I'm not giving you my energy. Is you crazy to fuel your bippity boppity boo? It's my energy that was fueling your bippity boppity boo to begin with. That's why it's not working. Because I took my power back, and so did collective. Release that resentment, y'all. What did I just say? What did I just say? Come on. Light work. Angel number 33. 33 is a master number. Y'all know what 33 represents. Big Brother Yeshua. Big Brother Yeshua was sent down here to show us how to ascend just like he did. Your angels are nudging you to focus on your natural abilities. You are meant to heal, inspire, teach, create, and bring loving light into the world. That's right, baby. That is right. When you sit up there and you let all that stuff go, you free yourself up to be able to do all types of things. You open yourself up to your spiritual gifts that will be able to help people. You know, our culture needs to start healing each other. Every other culture can work together, but ours can't. Well, this is how we start making that possible. By healing the fucked upness within us and our bloodlines, and then healing each other. Y'all want things to change? Y'all think there is somebody that's going to come from the sky and save you? No. We have the power in us. Find wholeness. Bring together fragments that complete you. Acceptance and inner peace. And after you do all of this, you'll come to a point to where you'll find yourself. You're whole now, okay? You won't have to, those people who are toxic for you, those people who keep you down, those people who talk about you, those people who speak evil over you, those people who vibrate at a lower frequency, those people who do not understand, those people who simply are going to be eradicated because they refuse to change. And baby, that inner peace. I love my inner peace. I love my outwardly peace. Shit. Listen to my apartment. It's quiet like this 99.9% of the time, where I could sit up here and be with the Most High Divine and my ancestors in peace. I don't have to worry about nothing. Nothing. I don't have to follow nobody's rules but my own. I love being single. I love not having to answer to nobody. People knock on my door, I do not answer. I don't care to answer. What do I need to talk to you for, baby? I am too focused on breaking these curses off of my lineage. I mean, I am serious, baby. I have no time to waste on you. You accept things and you find inner peace, which will bring balance to you. Angel number 666. They lied about this number as well. You could go look it up. I would advise it because it makes more sense if you do your homework. This is part of shadow work. Knowing the meaning, the real meaning. Because, you know, they like to teach us things backwards. Balance and priorities are required in order to achieve success in your relationship, health, goals, and finances. Balance has to occur. You know, balancing that light side and that dark side, that feminine side with that masculine side, balancing your emotional, you know, foundation, material foundation. That's learning all the lessons of air, fire, water. What am I missing? Earth. And last but not least, when you learn how to balance all that out, that's when real manifestation can happen. 1166. Now, everybody knows, the light workers do at least. Everybody knows that when you are transmuting energies, and you know how to transmute energies into potential energy, what it's called, you can apply it to your manifestations to manifest it faster, bigger, better. Because when you transmute that negative energy into positive energy with love, you are planting and watering seeds quicker than just regular manifestation, because you are a transmuter and you know how to transmute negative energy into positive energy and store it for potential when you need to manifest. Yes? For those who didn't know, that is what manifestation is all about. When you manifest through the Most High Divine, when you manifest through the devil, you have to do some pretty fucked up shit. But you know, all I had to do was pray, give thanks, listen to the Most High Divine, do what I love, heal, and I'm in peace. Manifestation, baby. Yes. So once again, I see root chakra. Y'all could do some root chakra, throat chakra. You could benefit from doing throat chakra meditation. Root. Okay. For root chakra meditation, you are going to want to use a tiger's eye and maybe hold something red. For root chakra meditation, throat chakra meditation, once again, blue calcite will work. Wearing blue will help as well. Mindset, that sacral chakra, solar plexus. You could get you some citrine. Wear yellow. Crown chakra. You can get you some natural amethyst, or you could get you some amethyst, which is right here. And wear more purple. So that was your shadow work oracle reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps. And I shall see you on the next one. Bye.